Single dad janitor yelled, "Don't get in the elevator." What the CEO did next shocked the whole. The building was silent except for the faint hum of the night lights and the rhythmic sound of a mop sliding across marble floors. In that silence, a desperate voice broke through. "Don't get in the elevator," shouted a man in a faded janitor uniform. His words echoed through the lobby just as the CEO, poised and polished, pressed the elevator button with irritation on her face. What happened next no one in that billion-dollar company could have ever imagined. Michael Turner never planned to end up here, cleaning floors in the same corporate tower where he once dreamed of climbing ladders. Life had a cruel way of reminding him of his place. After his wife died from cancer 2 years ago, he sold nearly everything to cover hospital bills. What was left of him wasn't much, just a man, a mop, and a promise to his 6-year-old daughter, Lily. "Daddy will never stop trying." Every night, he scrubbed the stains that others left behind, his hands raw and his back aching. But when he looked at Lily's drawing taped inside his locker, a stick figure of him holding her hand under a rainbow, he found strength to keep going. It was past midnight on a Friday when the company's CEO Evelyn Hart walked in. Tall, confident, and dressed in a crisp white suit that looked untouched by life's messes, she barely noticed the janitor mopping near the elevator. Evelyn was known for her brilliance and her coldness. Her employees whispered about how she fired an entire department once for a missed deadline, but what no one knew was that Evelyn's strength was also her armor. Behind her success was loneliness, a mansion too quiet and a son she barely saw. Michael looked up when she entered, nodding politely. "Evening, ma'am." She gave a tight smile. "Working late, I see." "Always," he said, ringing his mop. Evelyn pressed the elevator button, ready to ascend to the top floor for a late-night board meeting prep. That's when Michael's eyes caught something, just a flicker, on the small digital display above the doors. A number glitching, skipping floors it shouldn't. He'd seen this before. A week earlier he'd reported a fault in the service elevator to maintenance. No one had bothered to fix it. Then came a sound, a low mechanical grind, faint but wrong. His instincts kicked in. He dropped the mop and shouted, "Don't get in the elevator." Evelyn froze, startled by the sudden panic in his voice. "Excuse me," she said sharply, 1 foot already stepping inside. Michael lunged forward, pulling her back just as the elevator doors began to close, and then, without warning, the entire shaft gave a metallic shriek. Sparks, the cables snapped. The elevator plummeted in front of their eyes, slamming into darkness below. The noise was deafening. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The CEO, always composed, was trembling. "Yo, you just saved my life," she whispered, voice shaking. Michael caught his breath. "No one listens to the janitor," he said softly, "but the janitor listens to everything." For the first time, Evelyn didn't know what to say. The next day, rumors spread through the company like wildfire. The janitor who saved the CEO. Some called it luck, others called it heroism. Evelyn, though, called it something else, a wake-up call. She called Michael into her office. A place he'd never imagined standing in except to empty the trash bin. "You knew about the fault?" she asked. "I reported it last week," he said. "Maintenance said it wasn't urgent." Oh, she frowned. "And no one followed up." He shook his head. "Ma'am, sometimes people only listen to titles, not voices." Those words hit her harder than she expected. That day Evelyn didn't return to her meetings. Instead, she walked with Michael to the maintenance floor, asked questions, looked at reports. It was the first time anyone from management had been there in years. Later, as Michael finished his shift, Evelyn waited by the door. "Michael," she said, "I'd like you to join the safety and operations team. Your eye for detail saved my life, and probably others too." He blinked, unsure he'd heard correctly. "Mom, I'm just a janitor." "Not anymore," she replied. Weeks passed and a quiet friendship formed between two unlikely people, a janitor and a CEO. Evelyn found herself learning more about the people who kept her company running behind the scenes. And Michael learned that strength wasn't just about survival. It was about standing up even when you're unseen. One evening, she found him waiting for Lily outside school. The little girl ran into her father's arms, laughing. Evelyn smiled softly. It reminded her of her own son, away at boarding school. "Lily," Michael said, smiling, "this is Ms. Hart. She's my boss." Lily beamed. "Daddy says you're nice." Evelyn laughed, something she hadn't done in a long time. "Well, I'm trying to be." That night, Evelyn made a call she'd avoided for years. "Hey Daniel," she said to her son over the phone. "I was thinking maybe I'll come visit this weekend." Months later, at the company's annual awards dinner, Evelyn took the stage. Cameras flashed, employees applauded. But her speech silenced them. "Success isn't measured by titles," she said. "It's measured by integrity, courage, and the willingness to listen. Tonight I want to recognize someone who reminded me of that." She called Michael to the stage. The janitor walked up, uncomfortable under the spotlight, his daughter watching proudly from the audience. Evelyn handed him a plaque for bravery and heart beyond duty. He didn't know what to say, so he simply looked at her and nodded. As applause thundered across the hall, Evelyn whispered, "You didn't just save my life, Michael. You changed it." And as he looked down at Lily, Smiling through tears, Michael realized something: sometimes the lowest floors hold the highest heroes. If you watched until this point, maybe you've felt it too. The truth that no act of kindness, no voice, no person is ever too small to matter. Because sometimes, all it takes is one shout, "Don't get in the elevator," to change the entire course of someone's life.